What I love about Airbnb short-term rentals. Have you found it difficult to get started in the Airbnb short-term rentals? Are you stuck in trying to determine what location to choose, how to furnish it, how to list it? Are the lists growing and giving you more and more anxiety as time goes by? Okay, I'm here to tell you that Airbnb and short-term rentals are one of the best things that have ever happened to me in my life, okay? I love them, I hate them, and I love to hate them, I guess you could say. Okay? I'm going to lay out for you the top reasons why I love being in the Airbnb space and the short term rental space, okay? To help you change your mindset, all right? Get out there, take actions, and to show you that you can do this too, okay? Believe me, you can do this too, all right? I wish I had a coach like myself. I say this all the time. I wish I had a coach just like me pushing me to the finish line, okay? Cutting out all the non-needed essentials and getting right to the point so that I can get closer to that finish line, save money, save time, and get my Airbnb off the ground much faster, okay? This channel provides you an all-access pass to everything cash flow, capital, and credit by ensuring you have the right financial literacies for business success, all right? Change your mindset to stop saying, I'm in a side hustle, and start saying, I am open for business. Sound check, everybody. If you're with me, hit that thumbs up button. Let's dive in. Hi, everybody. I'm Edward Bilder, millionaire, real estate investor, entrepreneur, coach, educator, engineer, dad, whichever you want to call me today, all right? Would you believe that Airbnb short-term rental space, the app opened in 2009, and I didn't get myself dove into this process until 2018, okay? I was so late to the game. I feel like I was late to the game, okay? But after opening my first Airbnb, I feel like it was forever ago, but knowing what I've accomplished and knowing how much I've grown to a multi-million dollar Airbnb business, I can't look back and say that I made a bad choice, okay? And I've helped many of you through coaching sessions open and start their Airbnb businesses and grow them to multi-million dollar businesses as well, okay? I've gained access to so much business capital, and I built this channel around the fact that yes, I had an Airbnb business and I wanted to share my journey with all of you and have you share your journey with me as well, okay? Yes, of course, I was one of the only channels that was here over the last 2 years as a reliable source for everything related to all of the government funding opportunities, and I will still continue to report out funding opportunities as they become available. But first, I want to share with you guys the number one reason why I love Airbnb so much, and it has to do with all of you, okay? Believe it or not, it has to do with all of you. All right. It brought me all of these opportunities. It brought me financial freedoms. It brought me financial choices, and it brought me all of you. I can spend my time with my children anytime I choose. I could set my time according to the schedule I choose, and I no longer have to trade my time for money. And for those of you who have followed me for the last 2 years, I'm sure you've heard me say this over and over again, okay? I wake up every morning after an amazing night of sleep to find more and more money passively appear inside of my bank account. It just continues to grow. The piles grow and grow and grow. And then I reinvest it back into Airbnb. And you can do this too. Which brings me to reason number 2 why I love Airbnb so much, all right? I want to lay out some context for you here first because many of my students face similar fears. And I always have to tell them you need to overcome these fears, get past them, because there is a golden opportunity on the other side once you get past these fears. Many of you will face fears like analysis paralysis, okay? Change your mindset to focus on the bigger picture and it will all become clear for you, all right? Many of you are going to face the fears of not knowing where to get started. Many of you are going to face the fears of all the hard work that you have to put in. Yes, there is hard work that you have to put in to start an Airbnb business. If you get really good at it, you can open an Airbnb in 3 to 4 weeks time. Maybe some of it might take you 2 months, right? Maybe some of you could get it done in a week's time. Once you start practicing and start to do it more and more, it becomes easier and easier each and every time, all right? Many of you are going to face the fears of uncertainty of picking the right location, and many of you are going to face the uncertainty of decorating tips, okay? But one of my favorite things about short-term rentals that I love so much, all right, that once it's opened and once it's automated and once it's staffed, the hard work is over. It's over, okay? And this machine begins to run on autopilot, and the cash flow shows up in your bank account after a great night of sleep, okay? The cash flow opportunities here are incredible. They are 10x, sometimes 20x, if you're in the right market, of what you can earn from that of a long-term lease. The money will deliver anywhere from a poor market starting around $2,000 a month all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars if you're in the right markets, okay? And that money will show up whether you're sitting here talking to people on YouTube, or whether you're sitting waiting for your kids at school, or whether you're on vacation on the beach somewhere, or whether you decided to take a travel around the world. That money will continue to show up once you get this whole thing set up on autopilot. And what's amazing about it is once they're staffed and on autopilot, you're going to spend little to no time, whether you have one or whether you have 50. If you have 50, you will spend 3 hours a week at best working with your Airbnbs, maybe answering a few messages. Unless you have customer service, unless you have property managers, you may not do anything ever again with your Airbnbs. They'll run on autopilot perpetually until you close them. This brings me to reason number 3 why I love Airbnbs and short-term rentals so much. You don't need to own the property. Let me say that again. You do not need to own the property. That's right. You could actually partner with somebody who owns properties, and they don't want to run it or manage it daily, so they need you to do it. They can't get past all the fears and all the uncertainties, so they need you to take the ball here and run it on a daily management process. And you guys could split your profits accordingly, okay? You could also go out and rent a property, furnish it, use the rental arbitrage model, and same thing, daily manage it. You're going to rent it for a year, long-term lease, but you're going to daily management for a fee above what you're paying on a long-term lease, right? Imagine you paid $1,000 for a property, and that kind of comes down to what, $33 a day? Imagine if you could make $100 on top of that. You're charging $133 a night and you're fully occupied. Yeah, that's pretty good money if you really think about it. Start to add that all up, start churning in your head, and then start multiplying that by property after property after property after property, because once you start this cycle and you start building properties, it gets easier and easier to add more, right? You have all this cash flow that comes into you, you just take that and add it to another property. And the momentum that builds up behind this, I mean, it scales so quickly, all right? Okay, reason number 4 why I love Airbnbs and short-term rentals so much. And I'm heading in this direction full force, okay? I am diversifying my whole portfolio of properties to have more and more of these, okay? Because if you dream it and you build it, you get to gain the benefits from it, okay? You could build very unique spaces that will outperform all of the competition and have endless possibilities, okay? Just think about it. If you could dream something and you could build it, somebody will stay in that property for you, okay? I'm talking about tree houses. I'm talking about glam sites. I'm talking about A-frames, bungalows, boat houses that float on the water, hobbit houses, off-grid spaces, and shipping containers. These things are extremely popular in the Airbnb space. They are booked 100% of the time throughout the year. I'm giving away some of my golden nuggets here because you could build these spaces on a very unique budget and cash flow tons of money on these things, okay? And once you built momentum and you have piles of cash flow sitting around, it becomes easier and easier to build these unique spaces. By far, one of my favorite things about Airbnb and short-term rentals. If you want to start an Airbnb, a short-term rental, and you need my help, believe me, I help more and more everyday people through coaching sessions simply by going to the description and joining my email list. You will gain access to all the free content that I have and all of the free bonuses that I have that can help you get started with your Airbnb. Join my email list by going to the description, or you could check out my crash course also found in the description where you could get into the Airbnb business simply with a $50 bill, start cash flowing in 3 business days, earning an extra $5,000 to $10,000 each and every month. And when you want to repeat and scale that process, you repeat it over and over again. I say this all the time, guys, right? Set up a coaching call with me by finding me on a one-on-one through the description. I hope you all take these actions today and you're hearing everything I'm saying, because you too can find success by opening an Airbnb business today. I will catch you guys all in the next one. Bye for now.